So it's been a while, but not as much of a while in comparison. That I have my second Clink Room hat. This is my first one. This Liberty hat, Lady Liberty, because it reminded me of the New York Liberty WNBA team. So the closest I would have ever to have a 5950 fit hat related to WNBA. This one I've had a delay for with this one. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was maybe an extra month and a half delayed. But in their situation, like I said before, how they gave the option of either cancel the order and get your full refund, or wait for the hat to arrive. But either way, you still get a $20 gift card from us, gift certificate for a future purchase. And I had always applauded Clink Room for being an adult. That during 2021, when COVID was kind of at a height, So I'd always thought that it was a very adult move for Clink Room to come out. It was about a year ago at this time. About a year ago. It was about early September that Clink Room Clinker Casey had put out a video as president, owner of Clink Room, and addressed for hat collectors and other clinkers about and he had addressed the issues that everyone was facing with the supply chain issues that COVID was causing. That was it a hat shortage? Yes, but it was a bigger problem than just hats. It affected a lot of other textile goods, other necessities, even more important necessities than hats. So I'm very appreciative that he came out, that Clink Room communicated, wasn't tone deaf about it, like maybe Lid and the Hat Club were about the whole situation, and just in general, actually communicated to their customers about the issues. Now that inspired me to use that $20 for a hat, and inspired me to buy one of the Clink Room hats. And bought this hat, I think it was September 12th, 2021, and this hat was supposed to arrive, I think it was November of 2021, maybe December, and it finally arrived just almost at the year point of me ordering it. So about 9 months later, which actually isn't all that bad. J38, he had to wait 18 months, at least for some of his hats. I'm pretty sure the same is said for Sergio, official PHC hat collector. So it's been a shit show. So let's get into the hat actually, and then I'll just keep talking more about more Clink Room thoughts. So get out a notebook, pen and pencil, because class is in session. Let's go. Alright, so opening the box here, got a few stickers. Of these stickers here, I have actually a duplicate of the Grim Reaper ones, and then it's kind of like a blank one, which unless it's like nope, I guess not. The one I like of these stickers, kind of like a baby gorilla with a number 2 Clink pencil. Kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. Into the box here, there's a bumper sticker here. Clink takes too long, and you should keep buying the same hats as everyone else. So, which is funny, because it does, in a way, promote hat diversity, in a way, not in its truest form, but in a way, where, especially, being what's on the front of the hat, where the, principal purpose of a hat is to root for the team that's on the front of the hat. Like, I have about 111 or so Cubs hats, and because I'm a Cubs fan. But with these Clink Room hats, this is more, it's not sports related at all. It's based on designers out there, which is a cool purpose for these hats. And this is kind of double-edged, because I'll talk a little bit more into later how, yes, these are different than all the other hats that everyone else gets, which I do understand that, but not everyone else has to wait months and fucking months for their hats. So a signed note here, I believe that's the Casey signature there, but thanks for waiting, Clink Room, and a drawing of a gorilla. Which one did I get? Wait, there's a pin. Actually, there's more. Oh, just the invoice part. Pin. I'm not a pin person, but I like the wrapping paper here. It's protected. I like that part. Nice detail to the condition of the hat, and that it's labeled with Clink Room on here. Ooh, that's cool. So this was the humpback whale, the Hawaii whale, I guess. But this is cool. I like this. Now, yeah, this at the time that original video came out, going into the details of, addressing the hat shortage because of labor issues in a bigger global environment. At the time, this was the one hat that I kind of wanted, or at least at the time looked best for me. There was like a Chicago deep dish pizza related hat where the front logo was like a C, but in the shape of a deep dish pizza. And what's kind of, I guess, funny, I don't know how you would want to say it, ironic, kind of a weird happening, how that hat was released after the pre-orders were, so when this pre-order shut down, it was about a month later that deep dish pizza was available for pre-orders, and that hat came out before was delivered this hat, because I've seen other people post their Chicago deep dish. Anyways, so this one I'm a little weary about, because I got it at 7.5 and this is 5/8. So I think it's gonna be tight. But I'm wrong. This is a good fit. I tend to like my hats to be a little on the tighter side, knowing that I can manipulate them and stretch them out later. So also looking into I like how, like with the Liberty hat, and this hat here too, the flag is matching, coordinating with the UV. It's one tone, but kind of like a darker baby blue. So I like that aspect. Let me get the sticker off here. And yeah, nice details, nice little, I don't know if it's like necessarily metallic threading, but it's got a nice shine to it. Very similar to what the design of the hat was itself in comparison, because there's sometimes where it'll look different from the website compared to what you get in hand. So I've seen that happen with other people getting Clink Room hats, but not this one. This is good. I don't always get Clink Room hats, knowing especially the factor of waiting practically forever for them. Now, I know I joke around how when cotton candy hats pre-orders were coming out from Hat Club, and they were delayed by a few weeks, up to a month, I think it was, after the standard 3-month waiting period. People were pitching a fit. People were wanting to riot. Hat collectors were all bitchy and whiny, and they're like, it says 3 months. It says 3 months for delivery for everything to happen. Like, well, 2 things. One, if you learn how to read, which we don't cover that in university here, we just assume that you know how to read. So if that's the case, then go back to kindergarten with my cousin Jenna. Maybe you guys can learn something together, and you guys can learn how to read. That it says about 3 months. About, not exactly 3 months, but about 3 months. So they give themselves a little leeway of time if something was to happen. Like, for example, a global fucking pandemic affecting labor in the supply chain. Not only labor in China, where they're making the hats, but also the labor of unloading the logistics part in the Bay in California. So I would joke around and say, you know, I'm a Cubs fan. I waited 108 years for my team to win a World Series. And I would joke with him in response, saying, I waited 108 years for my team to win a World Series. You can wait a few extra weeks for a hat. But with these Clink Room hats, and again, I know I haven't waited the longest compared to like 18 months, like Jay or Sergio has, or some of the other hat collectors out there. But I don't know the logistics of how the operations at Clink Room work. And actually what's funny is I was this close to posting a video on September 12th. That was a year after I made the initial order, and I still hadn't had the hat. 2 things happened. One, the video did not record any audio, so that was fun. It was actually going to be a fun video. I was in the kitchen making pancakes for dinner, so kind of a fun little scene. Professor had her in the kitchen, in the cafeteria. The other thing is, that night, it was a Thursday, and during band rehearsal, I got this notification. Yeah, it finally happened that it was being shipped out. It's like, no fucking way. Son of a bitch. Finally happening. So, part of that video is that I had made before, that I'm going to kind of repeat here, condense a little bit. So I don't know the exact answer here. I'm just kind of the regular hat collector here. I'm kind of like a hat peasant. Even though I'm the 4th longest active YouTube channel for hats around, I don't know all these answers here. How is it that Clink Room can keep putting out all these pre-order designs while these hats, other hats, are taking months to get made and to ship out and to hand for customers? If Apple did this, if Apple said in July of 2022 that the iPhone 14 was going to come out, and they didn't, and customers made their pre-orders and didn't get the phone in hand until March of 2023, there would be riots. There would also be lawsuits. There would be a bunch of legal shit that they would go through. Apple would not survive. Same thing for a lot of other companies out there. How is it that Clink Room, I'm not saying that they're being fraudulent, I'm not saying that they're misrepresenting, it just seems that they keep biting more than they can really chew. Finish what you started first, and then move into a new project. I don't buy as much from Clink Room, so I don't really have as much maybe pent up rage about getting my Clink Room hats. I haven't invested a whole lot. I've only really invested, this was like about $42, and then this one was about $30 because I had the $20 discount, and this was $50 of a hat, so $75, $100 I've spent on Clink Room hats. I don't know if I'll buy any more in the future. Maybe if there's a design that's like really, really cool, which I should pay more attention to. But Clink Room does not, they have a membership program or like a rewards program. It's not that great of a program, and the fact of the wait time really is a big turnoff. Why is it that people still keep going back to Clink Room? I like the idea, I would hope that the idea of people going back to Clink Room is that idea that it's not the same hats that you see, where, again, the main purpose of a lot of the 50-50 fitted hats is to root for the sports team that's on the hat. These are more like fashion kind of hats, but it supports other artists out there, clinkers. So why do people keep going back? It's kind of a dialogue I want to have in the comments here. How long have you waited for your Clink Room hats? Or what's the longest you've waited? Are you still waiting on current orders? Have you ditched the Clink Room? Have you ditched their process? And is there a particular reason why? Probably for the shipping time, but let me know in the comments down below any of your thoughts about Clink Room in general. And again, I still appreciate and respect the fact that Clinker Casey came out, this guy came out a few times on video, not just at one time that I keep initially referencing to, but a few other times to address the issues and to communicate with the Clink Room customers. So for sure, hats off to that for being an adult with communicating to your customers about how their shopping experience is or should be, or maybe why it's being interrupted and disrupted. You know, Lids and Hat Club should take notes. So again, leave in the comments down below any thoughts about Clink Room, more specifically the longest you've waited for Clink Room hats, and maybe if someone else out there knows exactly why they take so long, because we're still kind of in a, I guess, labor shortage. It's not as drastic as it was last year, but it's kind of on the slope of, you know, decreasing. So it just kind of seems odd. So I do plan on being a little bit more active in looking for Clink Room hats on their website, which I also think needs to change, because when I was trying to look up the status report for this hat, I don't remember the exact name of the hat. I don't remember the clinker who made this design. I just remember that it was September of 2021 that I made the order. So maybe if they can have a better organization, better filter for progress statuses, I think that'd be a lot better. That would help ease the minds of customers than just having to be more frustrated with the process. So, thank you very much for your time. Glad I've earned your interest. Hats off to you as always for watching. I'll see you next time in class. Class is dismissed. Bye everyone.